announcement for Pinoy basketball fans. Kiefer Ravena has officially been signed as an import for the Shiga Lakestars in the Japan Professional B.League. The team posted an official announcement on their social media page saying that the 27-year-old guard will be joining their roster for the 2021-2022 season. Meanwhile, PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall also issued a statement citing Ravena's ongoing contract extension with the NLEX Road Warriors and his commitment to the league. Now, as we await further developments on the story, we'll talk about the Phenom's game and what he brings to the international stage with another player who is very familiar with Kiefer on the court. Now, joining us tonight is reigning PBA Outstanding Rookie from the Meralco Bolts, Aaron Black. Aaron, welcome back to the game.
Hey, how are you guys?
We're good,
nice
we're good.
Again.
You know, Aaron, I was racking in my head whether or not I would prefer you or Jet here to be on set with me. Unfortunately, it was not my choice. Jet ended up here.
You got the better choice. Let's just say you got the better choice.
I don't know about that, but look, the both of you are sort of familiar with Kiefer. Jet, you did play with him. Aaron, you watched him growing up, especially when he was playing for Ateneo. Jet, a lot of people are curious. Why do teams overseas want a Kiefer Ravena on their team?
No, it's not just overseas. I mean, of course, he's the best player, or one of the best players that we've got over here in the Philippines. And I think it just plays to the fact that he can play against international competition at an elite level. I played with him before. I've been teammates with him in, I think, 2 or 3 stints abroad when we represented the country. And, you know, he has that type of game that he's a scoring point guard, but he knows how to change things up to be a point guard.
Yeah.
And to be able to adjust internationally, to play with pros that, you know, just met for the first time, the way he thinks the game. I think, the whole package he's got to play international basketball.
Aaron, you agree there? What do you feel is his greatest attributes in terms of bringing something to the international game?
Well, just like Jet said, he's one of the most skilled players in our league. He's a guy that you can give the ball to get a bucket. He's a team player. He has a good attitude. But most of all, I think being a teammate of Kiefer in Ateneo, I saw firsthand how competitive this guy is. He accepts the challenge. He looks for it. And I feel like, going to Japan, playing against those guys, those other imports, will definitely bring the best out in him.
Of course, we still don't know or how this story will progress. It's still a developing story. And you mentioned it a while ago, Aaron, his competitive fire. His, like, a lot of people might say maybe that Mamba mentality in him. What do you think is part of his, his competitive gene that really pushes him forward?
Well, I know he's a big Kobe fan. And if you're a big Kobe fan, then you watch Kobe, like me, I watched Kobe growing up, and I saw that. I saw the way he reacted to challenges, and I feel like Kiefer's the exact same way. He's a guy who, he has an opportunity to go overseas to represent our country, to battle against overseas competition, and I'm pretty sure he's excited for it.
I mean, Aaron, if I can ask you, the way you see him as a player, what do you think he's going to adjust when he plays internationally compared to when he plays here in the Philippines?
Well, I mean, first of all, the guys over there are a lot bigger. They're a lot stronger. I'm sure, if I'm not mistaken, you have guys like Alan Durham playing over there. You have other imports from all over the world who play over there. And it's not only, like in the PBA, you only have 1 import per team. I think some of them have 3. So, he's going to have to adjust to that. He's going to have to adjust to the fact that he's going to have new teammates. He's going to be in an environment where he might not be the only go-to guy.
Yeah.
So playing off the ball, which knowing Kiefer, he's the type of guy who can adjust quickly, and I feel like he'll be able to do that.
So one of the potential, matchups that we're going to see as a result of this move from Kiefer is that we might see a Kiefer versus Thirdy showdown, which I don't think people are ready for. I think it might be war. And, without really having any information on how these teams will use these brothers in general, first of all, do you think that they're going to go ahead at each other one-on-one? And who do you think would get the better over the other, Jet?
See, you're throwing the juicy questions at me.
Of course. I'm nice to Aaron first. I mean, you got to go to you first.
Okay, Faith. Me first, then, I'm going to have to go with Kiefer.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
it's just,
okay.
It's just me. He's the older brother. He has that advantage.
Because he's the older brother, that's why.
Yeah, that's one of the
right.
reasons. But other than that, I think he's more skilled. One-on-one basketball is totally opposite. I mean, they've had probably a couple of bleeding, crying one-on-ones in their backyard before. But I think 5-on-5 competitive basketball, professional basketball is a lot different. But it's a possibility. You mentioned it's a possibility I'm really excited for.
Aaron, your pick.
It's tough because Thirdy's been there for a year. So,
Yeah.
He's adjusted already to the game over there. That's going to be tough for me. Since Jet went with Keith, I'm going to have to go with Thirdy.
Good one.
Who dunks on who
Keep it
first?
fair. Let's keep it fair.
Aaron, who dunks on who first?
Thirdy's the better dunker.
I don't
if you
know.
thought about
Yeah,
dunking.
but-
Kiefer's a mean guy on the
got
rim,
up, so.
man. And have you seen Kiefer's body right now? He's fit.
He's fit.
He's gonna
he's
dunk
in-
on someone there for sure.
He's in playing shape.
Like, yeah. Who do you think?
I'm gonna ask Aaron. Aaron, who do you think's gonna dunk?
I don't know who's going to dunk on who, but I'm excited to see both those guys play. Not just against each other, but
Yeah.
to play against the competition over there, to represent our country. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, looking at what it could be, it's always exciting. And again, there's still a lot that could go on with regards to this particular story. Still developing. We're still learning more as the days go on. But then, what does this say about the talent that we have here in the Philippines? Knowing that the biggest names that here in the Philippines are attracting attention from overseas, Jet.
I mean, it's a great thing. We've always wanted that. We've always deemed our basketball or a type of basketball as, one of the best we have to offer to the game. It's different from maybe Europe, from the US. We have some things from there, but there's always that notion of the Philippine brand of basketball, and I think it's a great thing to see players from the Philippines, born and raised, to actually bring that brand and introduce it to the world.